Oh, he's got a toy already. Look at you, buddy. Ziggy loves to play. All right, we're down here with puppy Ziggy, red collar, and we are going to go over his week 1 video recap for the Stay and Train program. What are you doing, bud? Ziggy loves toys. On day 1, he was going after the flirt pole. I got the flirt pole here. I love this toy for dogs. Give me that. He already grabbed a toy before I came in. So basically in our recaps, I'm going to go over all of the skills we've been working with the puppies in the last week so you can see how they're doing. A little housekeeping before we get started for week 1. When you registered for the program, you got a confirmation email. If you didn't read through that, please do, because there are some resources in there. Number 1, you've got a link to a web page that also contains the video library. So all the behaviors that I'm teaching these puppies, you have a video library of each one of them, okay? So watch those, watch the videos for week 1, because then a lot of this is going to make a lot more sense. If you got to go potty, you go in that potty box if you got to go pee-pee. A lot of what I'm doing is going to make a lot more sense if you watch those videos, and also then you're going to know what to keep practicing at home, okay? So, you know, training never ends. We want to make sure that all of these behaviors generalize after these puppies go home, so that means that you're going to have to do this stuff with them too. Once they go, they're going to have a really nice foundation, but you're still going to have to train and play with them too, obviously. They're still just little teeny tiny babies, okay? So, what else? Also, you're going to get a link in there to book your Zoom lesson. You did get a complimentary Zoom lesson. I think he smells the cookies from Quincy. You do get a complimentary Zoom lesson for after your puppy goes home. So click that link, use the code that's in your email to book your lesson. If you are putting your credit card information in, you're doing it wrong. You don't need to pay for it. If you have any questions about booking your Zoom lesson, availability, all that stuff, just shoot us an email. We'll be happy to help walk you through the process or whatever you need, okay? So I think we're going to get started here. What do you think, buddy? You smell the cookies from your sister? Are you hungry? So I've got some snacks. I'm just using the Vital Essentials, just like freeze-dried chicken. You can use whatever snacks though. This is just what we've been using for the puppies. They're used to it right now. I'm going to get my treat pouch loaded up with some food. I've got my clicker. You might say, hey, what's the clicker for? We have a whole video of that in your video library. So please watch that video, because I'm not going to explain it all right now. But basically, I just want the puppy to know that when I click the clicker, that means that they're going to get a treat, okay? So we're going to start by charging the clicker 3 to 5 times in a row. Going to wait till he finishes eating that one. Then do that again. Ahoy, Ziggy. Yeah, you know I got snacks now, huh? Good job, Bob. Woohoo! These puppies are so small. Get under your feet. Oh, where is it? Yeah, good boy. Super dog. I don't know, buddy. I feel like you're thinking about going potty. You can if you want to. I know you were just outside. What are you thinking about those toys? Let's do one more charge of the clicker. There you go, buddy. The other thing that I've introduced to the puppies right off the bat is a release cue. We're just using the word okay. Okay. Good boy. Okay. I'm either going to say release cue or I might say reset cookie. It's like one and the same. I just use them interchangeably. Okay. So again, super easy. I want the puppy to know that the word okay means that they can go chase that piece of food that I just threw on the ground. You'll see me, if I drop food throughout this session on accident, I'm just going to go ahead and pick it up. I'm not going to let the dog eat it, because I really just want them to know that okay means that they can go after something that I drop or I toss for them. In any other context, I don't necessarily want them to go after something that I might just accidentally drop on the ground. As you might imagine, in the future, that could be dangerous if you drop something that the dog isn't supposed to have, but they're in the habit of racing after things that you drop on the ground, okay? So that's why I say, okay, and then I toss the food. But if I click the clicker, that means that the food is going to come from me, from my hand. So we can kind of go back and forth between the clicker, good boy, and the okay, release cue. You're so cute, Ziggy. One more. Okay. All right. So now we're going to use the clicker to teach something. Very first thing is how to follow a food lure. As you can imagine, we're using the food to shape a lot of the behavior that we want from the dog, and so we want the dog to follow the food in our hand in a way that's nice and also not like sharking the food from our hand or biting our fingers off, right? So I like to hold the food against my flat palm with my thumb over the cookie, just like this, okay? And then I present my palm to the dog like this, get them hooked to the food, and then we can start to move them around. So I'm going to show Ziggy I have the food in my hand, move him a little bit, click and release the cookie. Good job, buddy. Watch it from this angle. Super boy. Okay, so he's learning that if he follows the food in my hand, he's licking my hand, he's gentle. Then I mark that behavior with the clicker, he gets the cookie. Okay, little reset cookie. Let's get him hooked up again and ask for a little bit more. Good boy. Okay. We can also pair this with his name to start to teach him his name. Ziggy. Good dog. Okay. Ziggy. Okay. So when I click, I'm feeding him. I have a few treats in my hand. When I click, I'm feeding him from my hand. When I say okay, that's when I'm tossing the food on the ground. Ziggy. Good boy. Okay. Do one more. One more rep. Can you find it? It went under that toy. I see it. Okay. Good boy. Ziggy. Super. Okay. Good job, buddy. All right. So we did a few things there. We charged the clicker, introduced the release cue, let him follow a food lure. Now we're going to take a little break. We did a few things. He's got to blow some steam off. Your training sessions should not be marathon training sessions, especially a dog this age. These guys are so young. We got to keep it light, got to keep it fun. Ziggy loves toys. So we're just going to play with the flirt pole for a little bit. Just a couple minutes before we do our next set of things. I'm always paranoid I didn't hit start on the camera. I gotta like check. What do you think, buddy? That's a good boy. The flirt pole is such a fun toy for the dogs. Like I could play a little tug with him. If I win it back, you can chase it around. If you got like a big living room or something, it would be appropriate to play in there. My house is small. We usually play the flirt pole, and my dogs are bigger. So we usually play the flirt pole out in the yard. Get it. Where is it? Good job, puppy. Oh, these floors are slippery. All right, I'm going to steal this back from him. We're going to do our next set of behaviors here. Make sure, yep, I'm loaded up on food. Okay, so this next one is going to look very similar to following the food lure like we just did. But instead of having the dog stay connected the whole time, I'm going to disconnect from him, okay? So start with the food in front of his nose. Ziggy, touch. And when he reconnects with my hand, that's when I'm marking and feeding. Ziggy, touch. Okay, so he's targeting his nose to my hand. Ziggy, touch. Good boy. Ziggy, touch. Super boy. Little reset after that one. Okay, take a little break. We'll do a couple more of those. So again, this one's called the hand target. Little targeting exercise. Ziggy, touch. Wow, good boy. Ziggy, touch. Super dog. Ziggy, touch. Oh, little reset. Okay. All right, so now this time let's do a few reps of our first position change. Everybody wants to teach this one to their dog first. Okay, so he's hooked on that food lure. Ziggy, sit. Good boy. Good sit. Okay, and then we release him out of the sit with our okay cookie. Okay, let's do that again. Ziggy, sit. Super dog. Okay. And I don't know if you can tell, but I'm feeding him like 2 treats in a row for holding the sit before I say okay. So watch that again. Right. Sit. Here's 1 cookie, 2nd cookie. Okay. Great. So we're building a little sit stay right off the bat. Oh my goodness. Want to do that one more time? Actually, look, we can mix it up. Ziggy, touch. Oh, back into the hand target. And then this time we'll ask him for a sit again. Ziggy, sit. Super dog. And you know these floors are so slippery. Okay. Wow, good boy. Hand target and sit. Now I'm going to show you the first steps in a mat. This is going to turn into a stay. It's not going to look like much of a stay right now, but we have to build it step by step. So in week 1, we just want the puppies to come over and put 4 paws on the mat. When they do, we mark that with the clicker. You can see Ziggy's already looking for his cookies. He knows food happens on here. Okay, after 2-3 pieces of cookies on the mat, I release him with the okay. Super. Okay. Good job. I'm going to toss that release cookie far enough away from the mat that he gets 4 paws off so that I can pick it up and move it. When he goes over to it, mark with the clicker. Good job, buddy. Feed him a few treats. Okay. All right, let's do that one more time. Waiting for 4 paws. Waiting for 4 paws. There it is. Good job. Right there. Okay. Oh, that one didn't go too far. There we go. Good. All right. That's it. So again, this is a fun one to see how we can build on this behavior each week. They get better and better at it. You go pee if you want to. No, you're just being silly. Okay. Did it. So we just did a few things again. We're going to take a little play break. Oh, Ziggy, you love this flirt ball. Quincy was not as crazy about the toys. I do have this exact flirt pole on my products page on the website. This is my favorite one. Nice and lightweight. Toy squeaks at the end. Give me that. Give me that. You see they can chase it. Oh, you found that squirrel or pork chop. Oh, you got a pork chop. Oh, get it, get it, get it. Ah. Good job, buddy. Good job. Oh, you're so tough. Look at you. You're a tough guy. Where'd it go? All right, I think I'm going to steal it back from you again. So we got one more round of stuff here for me to show you. Get a few treats in here. I think you just want to play with those papers. I don't know if you're going potty. Or if he just wants to play. Hard to tell. You better go on those papers if you gotta go, though. You good? You just being silly? Oh, there he goes. Good job, bud. He moved all the papers over. Good job. Yeah, let's cover that up. Okay, there we go. Super dog. Go potty in your box. All right, let me move this out a little bit. So next week we are going to work on the puppies going into their crates when we ask them to. Oh, you want pee-pee? Now you're a wild man. But to prep them then for that, we're gonna practice him just walking into the tray here. Now when you take your puppy home, you're probably gonna have some bedding in your crate, which is totally fine. But I just feel like this is a good exercise to teach the dogs to walk over different types of surfaces. You know, this is a different kind of surface than even, I know the floor is a little slick, but sometimes the dogs are initially maybe a little weirded out by like walking into the tray. So we can do that separate from the crate in week 1. Just by putting some cookies in here. Get it, get it, get it. Good job, buddy. After he's eaten the cookies inside, and say, okay, release him out. Good job. Yeah, good boy. Look at cookies. Super. Good boy. Okay. All right, he's really got no problem with this. Good job, Ziggy. Okay. All right, I'm going to show you a little handling exercise. Then we're going to get him just dressed in his harness, and then we're going to wrap it up, all right? Okay, so I've got some food in my hand. I don't have the clicker now because I do need both hands. I'm just going to hold the food in front of him here and take one hand. I'm going to start to pet him. Yes. So your puppy is going to require a lifetime of veterinary and grooming care. Yes. We want to make sure that our dogs are well prepared for handling all of that. Okay. So that's what these handling exercises are for, okay? So I just start by petting the puppy, you know, on their head, all the way to the tip of their tail. Yes. And I'm going to say yes as a marker, okay, instead of the clicker, again, just so that I can use both my hands. After I do that a couple of times, just petting the puppy all the way down their body, then I'm going to take my hand that I'm petting them with, and I'm actually going to put it right underneath their tummy here and hold them up. Yes. And I'm going to actually take my hand away and then feed them a few cookies, holding them here. Yes. And the last one, okay. Okay, it's really hard to hold a puppy still, so we can teach them to hold still. That's what I'm doing right now. Right, when your dog goes to the vet, they're gonna have to listen to them. They're gonna have to give them vaccines. Yes. Eventually, they're gonna have to like draw their blood. So now you can see he's kind of like settling in. I think that was a big cookie too. He's like, I am chewing on this thing. But I'm keeping my hand here. I'm just gently supporting him so he can't leave and he can't sit down. Yes. But I'm rewarding him for settling into that position. Okay. Instead of like trying to fight it. Okay. And then after a few reps, we just release him. Great. Just do that 2 or 3 times. I like to do these things every day with puppies. Get your dog comfortable with people putting their hands on them all sorts of different ways. Now, same thing, holding the food up there, but this time with my hand. Yes, I'm just going to gently massage his ear, pick up his ear. Cute little floppy ears. Yes, I'm going to do that to both ears. Same thing for feet. Yes. There's a front foot. These two are stuck together. Hang on. There we go. Look at, I'm going to do that same thing, stand them up. Yes. Back foot. It's right there. Take it. Okay. I'm releasing him away because now I'm going to do the same thing but just on the opposite side for his feet because I want to handle all 4 feet. Yes. Yes. We could one more time. Yes. The tail. Good boy. Okay. Looks like I'm still chewing this one. Okay, it's right here. If it's comfortable for you to get down on the ground, like I'm doing here, you can do these things down on the ground. If it's not comfortable for you to get down like this, you can pick the dog up and you can do it up on a surface, okay? On a table or, you know, whatever. If you want to get a grooming table and do this stuff, you can. But even if you're sending your dog to the groomer, taking them to the vet for stuff, like this is still like your job to get your puppy comfortable with all this kind of handling, not your vet's job, not your groomer's job. They're just there to do that service, right? We got to teach the puppy that it's okay to be held, handled, restrained in all these different ways. So like I said, like that was just real quick, right? It took me like less than 5 minutes. Do this every day with your dog. Make sure that they are comfortable with people putting their hands on them, because if they're not and they're like 6 months old and they need a full groom all of a sudden, that's going to be a problem, right? Okay, so let's see. He did really good with that. The last thing that we're going to do is get Ziggy dressed in his harness. So Lisa, I'm pretty sure, sends you home with these little step-in harnesses. What are you doing? You got an itch on your butt? And we just like to get them comfortable. Again, socialize them to, just like how we socialize them to the handling there, to wearing the harness. So the way I like to get these on, I hold the dog just like this. I get their feet through first for these step-in harnesses. This is just the fastest way without a fight to get it on your puppy, okay? Then we're gonna do the Velcro on the back. Make sure that's snug. Now the harness is on, so we can do this final little snap right here. Now a lot of times in week 1, we'll see how he does. Quincy was a little funny, but she's getting used to it. Put the puppy down on the ground and they act like they're wearing like a straitjacket. Like he's like, oh, I'm fine. He's looking for toys. And he loves toys so much that with Quincy, I was just kind of tossing some cookies around on the ground. He loves the toy, so I'm just going to play with him for a minute here with his little harness on. Good boy, just so that they're getting used to moving and grooving with this gear on them, okay? Where is it? Oh, are you sniffing for snacks again? What do you think? Get your toy. Good job, buddy. All right, so that's everything for week 1. Ziggy did really, really well. We've got one puppy left here, Remy. He'll be next. If you have any questions, again, just shoot us an email or you can respond to any email that you get from us. It'll come directly to our inbox, okay? Look over your video library. Check out the Zoom stuff. If you got any questions, just reach out. We're here to help you walk through stuff, okay? All right, buddy. Say bye-bye. We'll see you guys for week 2.